Linus Tech Tips coverage of CES 2014 is brought to you by ncix.com, your source for great technology, selection, and service, along with Corsair Memory and Western Digital. We're here at the Parrot booth, and they have got something a little bit different on display. We're used to seeing flying vehicles from them, but this one is mostly on the ground, except when it flies through the air. So this is the jumping Sumo. It can do a bunch of really interesting stuff, but of course it's right in the name. The main functionality is the fact that it jumps. It can either jump up to 80 centimeters in the air or up to about a meter in its long jump mode. Now, in terms of construction, can I actually borrow one of these for a minute? I'm just going to blindside everyone and steal all the things from it. So they're using a highly customized, lightweight construction, because the idea was that if you're going to be having something jump 80 centimeters in the air and then bounce back down all the time, you are going to have some extremely special tires on it. And aside from having the power to move around and spin around, and actually it can walk around in 3 different ways. So it can either go in kicker mode, which you can use this to grab things and knock things, or it can go into sort of like a Segway mode, or it can go into jumping mode. You are going to have to make sure that it is both strong and lightweight. It has a QVGA camera right there. It connects to your phone or your tablet via 5G Wi-Fi, so you should have pretty good range, as well as, well, not as much interference as you'd have with 2.4G. And in terms of the connectivity, you can connect to either an iPad or an iOS device or an Android device. Now, it does support both live streaming the video as well as recording the video, and I'm pretty sure there's something else I'm supposed to say about it. Yeah, it runs for about 20 minutes on battery, and we don't have a price for it yet, but we should expect this to be released sometime in 2014. And now we're here with the AR drone, well, the mini drone, I guess. It's not the AR drone because there's no augmented reality this time around. It still has one camera in addition to its barometer, accelerometer, and gyro, but this is a much smaller, much more low-power device than the original AR drone, as you can clearly see from the size. It can fly either with what is presumably a safety device, so these wheels on either side, so it's much more difficult to crash into anything, or in a more naked mode. Now, I can give you guys a pretty close look at it here. You can see the bottom, there's a camera, but this camera won't necessarily be enabled for video recording functionality. It's just for stability. So you can see they have a demo here with the mini drone actually flying back and forth in a pattern over some markers on a board below me. You're looking at about 8 minutes of battery life, and unlike the AR drone, which required Wi-Fi and a tablet to control, this one does require a tablet or a smartphone to control either iOS or Android, but it uses Bluetooth 4.0 low power in order to enable its small size, low power consumption, and presumably low cost, although they're not talking about pricing yet. This has been our very first video from CES 2014, guys. Huge thanks to our sponsors, NCIX, your source for great technology, selection, and service, and Corsair, as well as Western Digital.